So, you're welcome to another lecture. My name is Prince Asando Benson. In our last lecture, we talked about the external and the internal human body. We talked about cells, we talked about tissues. We said when cells come together to perform one function or a common function, we call it tissues. And when tissues come together to perform a common function, we call it organ. And today we are going to look at systems. When organs come together to perform a common function, we call it systems or organ systems. So systems are organs that work together towards a common goal. So let's look at something. The throat, the oesophagus. Esophagus is a tube that connects your throat to your stomach. The stomach, which actually houses the food and actually break it down, and your small intestines. After your stomach, the food moves into your small intestine. That is where the nutrients move from that's actually the nutrients is moved to your blood. And you have the large intestines over there. After the nutrients have been removed, there are waste and other things. Your body tends to also remove a lot of water. Then finally it moves to the rectum, which comes out as feces. All these things are all involved in the food that we eat. So immediately you eat, these things that I have mentioned, they come to work. They all work together to make sure that the food you eat is digested or broken down, and for you to get the nutrients, and the rest are thrown away. So we refer to this we call this group of organs as digestive system. So digestive systems are a group of organs that help in the digestion of food or breaking down of food. Simple. They are a group of organs, and their work is they come together to make sure that the food we eat are broken down, and the nutrients, we get the nutrients, and the rest are thrown away. So that is digestive system. We have other systems such as the respiratory. The respiratory, they make sure that the air you breathe in and move into your blood, and after the air is used and bad air is produced or carbon dioxide is produced, it is also moved out of the body. So that is the respiratory system. We have the integumentary system. Basically, that's your skin and its accessories. We have the musculoskeletal system. They help in movement. You have the nervous system. You have the circulatory system, urinary system, reproductive system, endocrine system, and immune system. We're going to try as much as possible to understand each of the systems we have in the body. We have about 11 systems in the body. I'm going to take our time to go through all of them. So first, let's look at digestive system. I've already talked about it. Their work is simple. They are a group of organs that come together to break down food, physically and chemically, so that you can absorb the food and throw the waste away. As simple as that. At times they may not call it digestive system, but they may call it gastrointestinal system. They may call it gastrointestinal system. So when you don't see digestive system and you see gastrointestinal system, they are all the same. At times they call it GI system. As simple as that. It is made up of the mouth. Your mouth, digestion actually starts in the mouth. Your mouth. You put the food in your mouth, you start chewing it. Then it goes to your pharynx, that is your throat. You have to start using the anatomical words. So instead of saying throat, you may say pharynx. Then go to the oesophagus, the tube that connects your throat to your stomach. Then go to the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. So these are parts of the digestive system. We also have accessory organs. They are not mainly parts of the digestive system, or they don't directly perform digestion of food, but they support in the digestion of food. So we have the teeth. The teeth actually they support. After you chew the food, you don't always swallow. The tongue, it helps you to swallow. The salivary gland, the saliva, it produces saliva that helps mix the food, so that the food can be swallowed, and actually contains some things that helps in breaking down the food. We also have the liver. We also have the gallbladder. We also have the pancreas. They are all supporting organs of the digestive system. So this is the digestive system. So start from the mouth through this oesophagus I've been talking about. This is the stomach. That's where duodenum. That's where the small intestine. The pancreas, they help in producing juices that help in breaking down the food. There's the small intestine. You have the large intestine. Then the rectum, where the feces is temporarily stored, and the anus. That is where the feces come out of the body. So that's the digestive system. Let's move to the respiratory system. The respiratory system brings air, oxygen into the lungs. So you breathe in and they take the air to the lungs, and what they do is they also remove bad air. That's carbon dioxide. Your body doesn't need carbon dioxide. They remove it from your body to the outside environment. So the oxygen that we take in, what does it do? The oxygen actually moves to the blood, and it's moved to the cells, and the cells use the oxygen to burn food. Let me also tell you one thing. When digestion takes place, the food nutrient, that's mostly the sugar, moves to the blood, and in the blood the sugar is also moved into your cells, into the cells, and the cells use the food or the sugar to produce energy. But it cannot use the sugar alone. It also needs air. So the air that the lungs also take in, or the respiratory system helps in bringing in, it's also moved into the cells where the sugar is, and the body uses it to produce energy. That's how can you get energy to walk, to even watch this lecture, to study, to run, to eat, to walk, to do everything. So it is the air and the food that help us get energy. So air normally enters through the nose. Then it passes through the throat to the larynx, the voice box. So from the throat to the larynx, the voice box. And air passes from the larynx to the trachea. That is what we call the windpipe. It connects the windpipe. Then the trachea divides into two, the right and the left bronchus. You see the picture very soon. Then each bronchus enters a lung. There are two lungs. Then exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide is normally done in the tiny sacs called the alveoli. Alveoli is surrounded by tiny blood vessels. Blood in the vessel picks the oxygen from the lungs. So the blood actually picks the oxygen from the lungs and gives back carbon dioxide to the lungs, and the lungs bring the carbon dioxide out. Then another takes in air again. The air moves from the nose to the throat, to the voice box, from the voice box to the windpipe, from the windpipe to the bronchus, then move down to the alveolus or the alveoli. Then from the alveoli, the blood picks the oxygen and gives the lungs carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide comes out of the body again, then the air comes in. So that's what we call breathe in and breathe out. Anytime you breathe in, you are taking in oxygen in. Anytime you breathe out, you are bringing out oxygen. So this is illustrated here. So from the nose to the pharynx, from the pharynx to your windpipe, to your larynx or the voice box, to the trachea, that's the windpipe. These are the bronchus. There are two, and we also from the bronchus it divides it's like a tree and its branches. Divide further into bronchioles, then it moves to the alveolus. So it moves to the alveoli. So alveoli, a small picture of it has been enlarged here. That's what you see, alveoli. And they are like balloons, small balloons. And that is where the air you breathe finally goes into. And they are surrounded by blood vessels. So blood picks it up, pick the oxygen up and give it carbon dioxide. So let's look at the integumentary system. The integumentary system or skin. The skin is the largest system of the body and is the body's natural covering. It covers the whole body. And what it does is that it prevents bacteria and microorganisms from entering the body. So the skin is quite tough. If it is not broken or there's no wound, it's very difficult for organisms to pass through your skin into your body. It also prevents you from losing also prevents excessive water from coming out from your body or losing a lot of water from your body, and also protects organs from injury. So all your internal body organs, your heart, your stomach, they are all protected by your skin. I believe now you know that what you see is not the stomach. The stomach is actually inside and it's part of the digestive system. What you see we used to call stomach is the abdomen. So in the abdomen is actually the skin that you see. It's actually the skin that you see. The skin is made up of epithelial tissues, connective tissues, nerve tissue, as well as oil and sweat glands. So these glands are all inside. We also have nerves ending in the skin that protect the body from danger. So when you touch something that is cold, when something is painful, when there is a pressure or someone touch you, you're able to sense it because there are nerve endings or there are nerves in your skin. And they also help regulate body temperature. There are two skin layers. You have the epidermis and the dermis. You have the epidermis and the dermis. The epidermis is the outer layer. It contains living cells and dead cells. That's the outer layer of the skin. And the dermis is the inner layer of the skin, and it's made up of connective tissue. You have the oil glands. Actually, the oil glands secrete oil onto your skin. Then you have the sweat glands. We also have hair and nails. They are all skin appendages or skin additions or accessory organs or something. So these are the skin. We just have to look at the skin. So you see the epidermis, the outer layer. You see the dermis. Then you have the hypodermis over there, and this is the hair. The hairs are here. The hairs are also deep. Hairs are deep rooted in the dermis. Consider they are deep rooted in the dermis. We have the sweat gland that produces sweat to the outer parts of the body. We have the sebaceous gland that actually produces oil. So this is actually the skin. That's what we mean. That's the framework. So it's made up of bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, tendons, and cartilages. Bones are hard ridges that are made up of living cells. Your bones quite hard, and inside the hollow centers of the bones is what we call the bone marrow. Probably you've heard of bone marrow. Bone marrow, they play a very important role. They are the inside part of your bone. They are found in the inside part or the hollow part of your bone, and the blood cells are manufactured in the bone marrow. You have quite a number of blood cells that are manufactured in the bone marrow. Now this is your skeletal system. So you have the maxilla, clavicle, humerus, vertebral column, radius, ulna, metacarpus, femur, tibia, fibula, metatarsals, phalanges, tarsals, patella, phalanges, carpals, pelvis, ribs, sternum, scapula, mandible, and cranium. You have so this is the structure of your skeletal system. So you also look at the muscles. So the bones are actually covered by muscles, and that's what allows you to move. There are lots of muscles. So this is a picture of it. You can actually pause and look at it. You actually pause and look at it. So this was also showing the back side. Now the other picture was showing the front side. This was showing the back side, and this one it is giving you an idea. The bones and the muscles that are covering the bones, giving you that idea. So this is also a picture, a typical bone, a long bone. Just pause and have a look at it. Just pause and have a look at it. That's what we mean. That's framework. That's the framework. So it's made up of bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, tendons, and cartilages. Bones are hard ridges, right, that are made up of living cells. Your bones quite hard, and inside the hollow centers of the bones is what we call the bone marrow. Probably you've heard of bone marrow. Bone marrow, they play a very important role. They are the inside part of your bone. They are found in the inside part or the hollow part of your bone, and the blood cells are manufactured in the bone marrow. You have quite a number of blood cells that are manufactured in the bone marrow. So this is what I was talking about. This is what you see, a cartilage covering the bone, so that the actual two bones that not the bone in itself does not meet with each other. We have the synovial membrane that has secreted the black portion is the synovial fluid that indicates for you to move freely. So we have two bones here. I don't know whether it is pinkish or reddish or orange color. So these are the two bones here. That's what have been named the compact bone. You can see the bone marrow too. The bone marrow where blood cells are actually made. So, and the ligament is holding the two joints together. Ligament is holding two joints together. So muscles perform body functions such as movement of the body parts, maintaining the posture and production of body heat. When you move, you produce heat. Tendons actually connect muscles to bones. Tendons actually connect muscles to bones. And shivering is a way the body produces heat when exposed to cold. So whenever you see someone shivering, when you get sick, you start shivering. Whenever you see someone shivering, because the body is cold, internally the body is sensing that it is cold and it needs to produce heat. So shivering moves the bones for it to produce heat. Shivering moves the bones for it to produce heat. So another picture, you can just pause looking at the muscles in relation to the bone. So we're going to end on musculoskeletal system, and we've looked at digestive system, respiratory system, musculoskeletal system. Next week we are going to look at the rest of the systems. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to let the whole class know, and we'll be glad to help you. Have a nice day and blissful week. Thank you. Bye bye.